Hello everybody, welcome back to Prototype Gaming, and today I'm going to be explaining to you how to use the comparator. Let's get into it. Alright, so if you saw my very first video in this How to Redstone series, you would remember, well, this area, but you'd also remember me saying that the comparator is a very complex piece of redstone. It's got a lot of different things that you need to know about it before you can use it to its full capability. So that's what this episode's all about. Today I'm going to be showing you, or explaining to you, all that stuff, how the comparator works. So let's jump right into it. This is the comparator. It's a pretty simple looking piece of redstone. Well, it's not. See, the comparator does exactly what it says. It compares two signals. And what do I mean by that is that there will be a bunch of signals that can go into it. There can be one from either side and one from the back. But let's get back to this in a minute. It also has another mode called subtract mode. Now this one gets a little bit more complex, but I just wanted to introduce it to you. We'll get more in depth in the video. Alright, so over here, this is the first system that I'm going to be using to show you how it works. So, first thing you should know is that if it's just normally powered like this, it's just going through, it'll act as just something that the power goes through. See, it has a power of 14 when it enters it, and a power of 14 when it exits it. It has no effect on the strength unless it has other signals that is adjusting it. So, as you can see, this lever right here has a signal strength of 14 going into the comparator. Now, say we have another signal coming in from the side, this one, that's 3 blocks away, while this one's only 2 blocks away. It won't do anything. The reason is because this one, once it reaches the comparator, only has a strength of 13, which means that this one has a stronger signal. So, that means that this will go through no matter what. But say, let's turn that one off, say we have one that has a stronger signal strength. It gets turned off, because when it goes in, this one has a strength of 15, while this one only has a strength of 14. If we turn that back off, boom, it'll go right through. But say we have this one on, and this one on, it still won't matter, because there will be one that is much more powerful than this one. Well, not much, it's by one. So yeah, that's the basics of it. It just compares two signal strengths so that it has to be more powerful than the other one to get it through. Now this, you may be thinking, okay, what use does this have? Well, it actually has a couple pretty good uses that I'll be getting to later in the video. Alright, next up is subtraction mode. Now, you might be thinking that it's just, wow, that was really kind of hard to get. You might be thinking this one, it's actually kind of easy. So, you see right here, we got a signal strength of 15. And then we turn this one on, it's got a signal strength of 13 when it enters there. And now, this is down to 2. That's a big difference than when this was off and it was already just power 15. So the way that this works is that it subtracts how many, the signal. So right now, let's see, we've got 3 blocks of redstone right here. 3 pieces right here, we've got 1 right here. So the way that I usually figure this out is that I get 3 minus 1 equals 2. And that's the same as if, say, the lever was a little ways back, let's just turn that off, and it was like this, and we got that. The only thing is that right now, that would be in the negatives, because we have 3 right here, and if you subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, you get negative 1, so there will be no output. But let's say you put the lever right here, you get 3 minus 1, because the lever counts as 1, then you'll have 2. See? So it just subtracts the pulse. This also works, say if you have another one coming out on another side, if you power that one on, and you power that one on, as you can see, it'll only be affected by the lowest number. So say you got 1 here, and you got 2 here, subtract 1 from 2, it'll only go 1. It's only affected by the lowest power going in. Or no, the highest power, my apologies. Yeah, the lowest amount of blocks, but the highest strength level. You see that? Alright, so that's the basics of how this actually works. It's, once you understand it, you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is so simple, I can't believe I didn't get it before. But if you still don't get it, you can go ahead and rewatch the video, because I probably would as well, because this is a little complex the first time you see it. And if you're still having issues, just comment down below if you need help with this, because I'll definitely be responding to those. Now on to the more basic uses for them. The comparator will actually take an output from anything that you can put items inside of, including the lectern, the chest, dispenser, and dropper. So for an example of this, let's get this chest, and let's put a whole whack of balls of enchanting. See, now it's giving out a signal strength of 4. That's because there's a certain amount of items in here. You see, it all depends on how many items you got in there. Let's say we fill it up to, like, 2/3 of it is done. Let's say that. Boom, it's even more powerful. That thing's at 10. That could deal some damage. So yeah, it all depends on how many items are inside this chest. And that pretty much works the same way with dispensers and with droppers. Say we fill it up to there, it'll be up to 10. You see, because it's 2/3. It's just filled up to 2/3. There you go. And then we'll go again in here. We'll put a different level in there. We'll just put 3 stacks. It only does 5 because that's got fewer than 6 stacks. You see? All right. So now for the lectern, the way that you use them is that, here, let me adjust so you'll be able to see it. Right now, as you can see right here, we have a signal strength of 1. Now that's because we're on page 1. But say let's move to page 2. There we go. It's got a strength of 3. That's pretty good. Then you go to 3, then it's got 5. Go to 4, you got 8. Go to 5, you got 10. You see? It all depends on which page you're on, because then it'll have a stronger signal going out. So there you go. That's the basics to the comparator. If you have any, as I said before in the video, if you have any more questions on this, just put them down in the comments. Maybe I'll make a second video in case there's one thing that I missed, or if it's just a lot of people are having trouble with it. But yeah, just comment down below. If I can help in any way, I will respond to that comment. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like. Subscribe if you want to see more of these. I'm not sure what the next video is going to be, so if you have any suggestions, put it in the comments as well. I'm thinking I might do something with piston doors, because those actually use a lot of different pieces of redstone, and it goes over a lot of basics that everyone should know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to, and if you're enjoying the series, and I'll see you next time. Later.